alone. I don't know if my mic is working. It's OK. This is my colleague Zsolt Szekely. It's our engineer, so we will do the presentation together. And we will kind of risk it all in the way that we will not show you PowerPoint. We will show you some, but we will try some live demos. And you know, with Murphy laws and so on, something will happen. So, but yeah, we will try it. OK. First, the slides. The title is kind of pretentious. So every time in conversational AI on LinkedIn, we are using a lot of words like magic and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if it is the right approach. But I want to make a disclaimer. Yeah, Murphy laws. It's already happening because we don't have the presentation. As a disclaimer, as management of expectations somehow, we are presenting a work in progress projects that are not final. We have a list with something like 16 additional features that we want to add to our projects. And in the same time, we don't believe that in conversational AI, we are at that stage in which we need to talk about magic. So we are dealing directly with customers. In Bosch, everybody, when they hear Bosch, they hear appliances. OK, you are doing fridge and stuff. Actually, I don't know if you are aware of, but 60% of Bosch business, so this is 60, it's in mobility services and not in appliances and vacuum cleaners and so on. Only 15% is in that area. We are the guys that deal with these mobility services. Imagine all kinds of big companies, especially car manufacturers that have all kinds of devices in their cars. Imagine that they are talking when they are driving, the customers. We are routing to telephony gateways. So this is very difficult for you that wanted to try how the phone enhancement for voice works. I will tell you that actually in telephony, you are not dealing with 8,000 hertz in terms of frequency. In reality, it's much less. And the guy is driving and is losing the signal. And then we need to do something with his voice in order to have a solution in conversational AI. Another challenge that we have, imagine that Bosch is a worldwide company, and we are not using only English. So every time when we are going to summits, we see all kinds of researches in English, all kinds of expectation. But when we are trying these low resource languages, everything is kind of changing. So this is our second challenge. And taking into account these two challenges, we need to come in front of our customers. Most of our customers, let's say German customers, are very pretentious in terms of services and so on. So they will be very detractor and very mad if something is not working with the car systems and so on. So this is the challenges. And what the guys from research are researching now, I can tell you from the beginning, is not quite like this in real life. We are focusing on these real-life experiences, and I wanted to do this longer parenthesis from the beginning to set up the expectation right. So most complex projects in current environment, this is the pretentious title. Yeah, let's go to the second. In Bosch, we are focusing on these conversational AI pillars. So we are doing voice bots, we are doing chatbots, we are doing agent assist, and we have also our own agent assist solution. We are doing live translation. We are doing text AI or email, and also in the last month, we are focusing also on features like voice biometrics and analytics and all kinds of conversational AI tools. In order for us to provide this kind of conversational AI services, we developed some standard pipelines. Actually, we are the division that handle the contact center, because I told you our customers are calling from the mobile or are calling from the car devices. So the first pillar is that contact center. We are not talking about what kind of solutions we are using in this moment, but we are using the known solution on the market. Then we are using a conversational AI suite for natural language purposes and so on. And then we found out that we need to build our own middleware automation application, especially for voice. We don't have, in this moment on the market, a solution as a middleware for this voice conversation. And we built this middleware application that is built in libraries and directories. And depending on the project, we are using parts of this middleware application. And also we started to design a user interface. Of course, when the call center agent is picking up the phone, he needs to see some conversational AI design. We had a lot of fight with business because they are used with this traditional screen, but we are always telling them that the contact center agent, when using conversational AI solution, needs to have access to a different UI that is specially designed for conversational AI. And we started to build this. It doesn't look very good. You will see it in this moment, but we are working. And as I said, depending on the request and the type of the solution requested by business, we are using a standard, and you are seeing that not depending on the request, we have basically the same architecture. You will ask me, how can you have the same architecture in voice and in chat, probably. The guys from conversational design will tell us that it's impossible, because in terms of conversational design, voice interaction are very different from chat. And I will answer that, of course, we will adapt the conversational design to the requirements. So there is a lot of work in terms of adapting to the project, but in the same time, we are sticking with this standard for all of our projects. Of course, the providers and the solution can be different depending on the customer. So when we are talking about conversational AI suite, of course, we are using currently some frameworks, but we can change it in the process. Okay, and now go to the. We will present this live demo. Those are for us the three most challenging project in today's environment. I don't know if you agree. To do a phone live translation. Imagine that the customer is calling. He's speaking in Dutch language. We don't have an agent available that is speaking Dutch, or maybe is not inside the working hour, and can route this interaction, I don't know, to some English-speaking agent to handle the interaction. Imagine that needs to be done over the phone, and I told you previously with those low frequencies and a lot of noises on the background. Sometimes the customer have some accidents and they are outside the car on the highway, and you are experience all kinds of noises with all kinds of cars. So for us, it's very challenging to do this phone live translation project. The second is to provide an agent assist to help the agent to answer the call, and in the same time, we are providing a lot of RPA solution for the agents. Today, if you are telling to a contact center agent like an email address or a user, imagine he needs to somehow transcribe the user and open all kinds of CRM and then search the customer and so on. The fact that we have the transcription of the telephony interaction, you automatically have that user, and you can set up all kinds of automation, and the CRM it's opening directly and so on. And the third, it's a voice bot in this kind of environment, and our demo will be also handling a low resource language. I will call in Romanian language. For those of you that tried this in terms of transcription and translation, it is very challenging. And Zsolt, it's the agent that will speak in English. Actually, we tested 6 languages until now. And this with Romanian and English, we believe that is very challenging, because Romanian is like a Latin language. English, it's okay, Zsolt has other issues.
Yeah, I would need to duplicate my display so I can also see what I'm doing, but it's not working. Yeah, because it's also in 60 hertz, and then I think it's not supported. Or no, I cannot change it, because then I cannot change my screen.
Okay, I will call, speak in Romanian language. I will use the loudspeaker. The loudspeaker is an additional challenge. You can make some noise if you if you want. And first, you will see that it's a voice bot that is trying to pick up the phone. We experienced that in terms of entities, the bot is doing a better job than a human in terms of retrieving entities, because we are translating lively. If the bot doesn't take care of the entities, you know that in translation there are a lot of issues with translating entities. Sometimes if the name of the street is like Freedom Street, it will translate freedom. The same with names and so on. So we found out that if the voice bot is active in this kind of situation, is doing a better job actually than a human. So firstly, now I am trying to cover the technical issues.
I can try, but
Then after the bot is picking up the entities, and of course, the bot is speaking the natural language of the customer, so we will not have the translation implication. He will do the handover to the agent. The agent will be helped to the agent assist by the bot. So the bot, even if he's doing the handover It is remaining actively through the agent assist. And our scope is, in the end, the client and the agent should be able to understand. Yeah. Yes, thank you, thank you.
You mentioned email addresses and entity recognition, stuff like that. Email addresses can be really random and
Yeah.
very difficult to identify. Same thing with like addresses, like if someone says I live on number 5 High Street, or I live in flat 524 X Road, is that flat 5 number 24? Is it 524? Is there any work you have to do around trying to be accurate around that entity recognition?
Yeah, from everything that we tested, we found out that first we need to do the confirmation with the customer. So if the customer is telling us an email, you really need to do the confirmation. If you retrieve it without confirmation, the chances they are very high not to retrieve it well. And in the same time, you will see we are trying different solutions to retrieve some entities. For example, in the email, if you are asking the email and it doesn't pick it out, we are trying different solution, like spell it on each character, or saying in 2 parts. Please tell me the first part of the email before the at, and then please tell us the second part of the email. In the same time, we built an alternative channel, the SMS. So the customer is calling on the phone, but he always have access to the SMS. And we are sending like SMS, please write down the email address and send it back in order to be sure that we have the right address. So if for a use case it's mandatory to have the right email address, we are using all kinds of workaround solution in order to be sure. And in the end, yes, an email, those kind of difficult emails, they're very hard to pick up, and eventually, please write it on the SMS, and we are doing like this. Okay. It's okay? Okay, I'm calling.
Bună ziua! Ați sunat la asistența auto. Cum vă pot ajuta astăzi?
Salut, sunt Florin Coman și am avut un accident de mașină. Mă poți ajuta, te rog, cu un camion de remorcare?
Vă rugăm să pronunțați pe caractere codul de utilizator, astfel încât să vă pot verifica beneficiile actuale.
KFO5 BE3.
Vă rog să-mi spuneți adresa curentă dacă vă aflați în țara natală.
Strada Ciocârliei, numărul 83, Clinceni, județul Ilfov.
Am nevoie să confirmați adresa strada Ciocârliei, numărul 83, Clinceni, județul Ilfov.
Da, este corect.
Adrese înregistrate. Vă rugăm să așteptați la telefon.
Aștept.
Voi avea nevoie de timp suplimentar.
Hi, my name is Mark and I'm an expert in these situations. Can you tell me if you are all safe?
Salut, mă numesc Mark și sunt expert în aceste situații. Îmi puteți spune dacă sunteți tot în siguranță?
Da, suntem în siguranță.
În regulă, voi contacta compania noastră de remorcare și îi voi direcționa către locația dumneavoastră. Blocați drumul.
Nu îl blochez.
Okay, please make all the arrangements to secure the incident site and wait for the towing company.
Bine, vă rugăm să faceți toate aranjamentele pentru a securiza locul incidentului și așteptați compania de remorcare.
Sigur, aștept.
Pot să te mai ajut cu altceva.
Da, poți să-mi trimiți care sunt costurile și un contact al companiei de remorcare?
Sure, I can do that, but I need additional information.
Sigur că pot face asta, dar am nevoie de informații suplimentare.
Sigur.
Vă rog să-mi spuneți adresa dumneavoastră de e-mail.
florincoman@gmail.com.
Vă rog, așteptați. Un moment, vă rog. Îți voi trimite toate detaliile pe e-mail așa cum mi-ai cerut.
Sigur, mulțumesc. Yeah, he should have asked me for the confirmation, but he
La
forgot.
revedere!
Salut!
Un moment, vă rog.
Okay. I don't know if you saw that Zsolt also used sometimes this agent assist. Sometimes he wrote down something of a response. Sometimes he responded by voice, but the transcription wasn't accurate and he did some changes before sending it. What we found out when an agent is replying, the information provided by the agents are very important. So streaming back directly the voice is kind of risky. And we found out that in real life, the agent needs to double check before sending the response. In the same time, Zsolt will show you on the top of the screen. So the bot retrieved some information like the address. I believe he showed you that we have integration with Google Maps in order to see exactly the address. The fact that the bot is using the transcription, and actually in addresses, the bot is doing a very good job. So addresses are very good. The same time, you will see the username. This kind of username with letters and figures in the same time actually are very hard to pick up, especially in low resource languages. If they are only in letters or only in figures, they are easier. And yeah, because the agent has the transcription and we have the user, by clicking the user, we can do all kinds of integration, and he can access my details directly from there. He has my name. In here on the top of the screen, can you close that? The agent can retrigger at any time the bot. As I told you, bot is doing a better job in retrieving entities. And if the agent is not sure that the email address is right, he can click on the repeat email and he will ask the email in a different way. Now it's set up like, please tell me the first part and the second part of the email. So, and also if you click on the phone, you have that SMS that you can send the SMS to the customer in order to get back. And yeah, I believe I need to finish now because of all kinds of technical problems. Can you put the last slide, please? What can I tell you? It's me as a Romanian client kind of understood everything, but it wasn't very natural. So we need to do all kinds of speech synthesis to make it better. When the voice bot or the agent assist is used, it's not going through the responses, and there are static responses that we can handle. But when Zsolt is answering, we need to use the translation, and sometimes, yeah, what I'm receiving, I kind of understanding, but it's not super right. Okay, and as a recap, so we are using these 4 blocks of architecture: contact center that is doing the orchestration, the conversational AI suite that is doing the NLU, the dialogue policy learning, and the responses, natural language generation, the middleware automation that in here we are integrating with all kinds of services to APIs and so on, and doing a lot of further fine-tuning. And this conversational AI, what you saw there, that the agent is seeing. And we need to adapt to these realistic use cases. Languages, all languages. So I have every week tens of emails from companies that wants to work with Bosch, and every time I'm asking, okay, what kinds of languages you are providing, and every time the responses are not very well seen. We need to deal with all languages, we as Bosch. The real-life environment with noises and so on that are doing, actually in German language, if you are saying 5, that is 5 in German, he's not able on the phone, on the loudspeaker, to pick up the number 5 from German. That is, for us, very bad in this moment. And of course, the client profile that is not easygoing and is detractor. Actually, what we build, if the customer is detractor, we made a lot of intents in this kind of detractor to handle this kind of clients. Okay, this was my presentation. If we have time for... there are some questions or... Okay.
Yes.
I will go.
Okay, just to clarify, are you using a cascading system, like you do speech recognition and then translation, or are you doing something end-to-end?
End-to-end.
So you're translating directly the audio source into another audio source?
We found out that if we first do the transcription and then use for NLU and translation, the transcription that is not biased towards some entities or towards some intents, actually it's much worse. I don't know if my answer is accurate. So we are streaming voice in order to use NLU and to translate. This is the answer.
Thank you.
Because if we are doing the other way around, first using speech to text and then do the NLU and translation, the results are much, much worse. Sorry.
We'll do one more.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that several years presented about all these sorts of language problems. So what are you doing to try to solve that?
We believe that our standard with these 4 pillars, they are adapted, especially in terms of building that middleware automation, to every language. So what we build as a solution needs to work for every language. But, of course, the results are different in this moment. But in the same time, we found out that the customer, like Romanians, are more understanding than the German or the English. So actually, it's kind of balancing. So in the end, also the Hungarian or Romanian or Norwegian clients we found out that in the end, the two parties are understanding each other, even if not every turn it's understandable for each party. But let me tell you something. Also, our contact center agent doesn't understand most of the client, more than 80% that the client is saying. So I believe the bot can be, because every time the contact center agent is telling, okay, please repeat, for us that we are listening to this kind of conversation, every time the agent is saying, okay, I didn't get it, please repeat what you meant by this. So yeah, so in the end, I believe we are not quite there with a human, but we are happy with the progress that we made. But as I told you from the beginning, we have still 16 additional developments on our list. Okay, thank you very much. We took... yeah.